Jujutsu Kaisen undoubtedly has some of the best fight scenes in the entire anime industry. But why is that? From Gojo tiptoeing around Sukuna in Season 1, to Itadori finally bodying Mahito at the end of Season 2, this show doesn't have the best writing or the best characters, and definitely isn't the best show about, but its fight scenes are some of the best about. So, I want to take a look at why. I have a vested interest in this for 3 reasons. Context. 1. I'm somewhat of a fighting badass myself. Okay, maybe not a fighting badass, but I have trained in martial arts for over 8 years, and I like fighting. 2. I love anime, and Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3 is airing right now. And most importantly, 3. I'm actually creating my own fictional story right now. It's somewhat similar to Jujutsu Kaisen. It's based around a supernatural fighting league, so I was going to analyse this stuff anyway for my own learning, so I thought I might as well make a cool video out of it. Before we start, let me know which fight from the show is your favourite in the comments section, and be prepared to defend yourself. Let's get into the staged analysis. 1. Breaking conventions. 1v1s, girl v girl, boy v boy, sword v sword, mage v mage, fair fight versus fair fight, let them power up first, I'm looking at you, Eren Yeager. These are all conventions and tropes that you come to expect in anime. Jujutsu Kaisen looks at these tropes and conventions, nods, and then slaps them silly into next week and says fuck 'em. Ain't nobody got time for that. So what do they do instead? Well, take one of my favourite examples. We have Jogo, Choso and Hanami vs Gojo in Season 2. 3 versus 1 isn't a fair fight. And that's when the 1 is Gojo Satoru. The 3 are always fucked. 1 vs 1 convention, broken. What about female goodie versus female baddie?
Nope.
Goodbye Kugisaki. Jujutsu Kaisen cares not for equal matchups. Take Gojo versus Toji. 1 is the most powerful sorcerer in the universe, the ultimate pinnacle of power. Toji has exactly 0 cursed energy. And yet, this showdown makes for one of the most exciting in the whole show, which leads to my next point. 2. Using the power to solve problems in interesting ways. Brandon Sanderson, best-selling fantasy author and university lecturer, teaches 3 laws on how to make an awesome power system. One of these laws effectively states that the key to making a cool and understandable power system is how well your characters can use the power to solve the problem in front of them. Often, the fights in Jujutsu Kaisen are not simply, I'll use all my power and I'll beat them really quickly and really easily. No. Okay, maybe Itadori and his fists sometimes, but that doesn't count. Otherwise, we often get detailed and complex insights into how the characters are thinking about their own power system and how they can use it to stifle their opponent's power system. Take Todo's claps, for example. Todo will clap so that Itadori can get out of harm's way. Then he'll clap to get himself out of harm's way. Then he'll clap so that he can get a smack on Mahito. And then he'll clap so that Itadori can get a smack on Mahito. And then he'll clap with his cheeks. No, he later states that his technique is actually activated by an acclamation of the soul, and that clapping is just a distraction. Why is this effective? Well, Mahito removes Todo's hands and now believes that he can't activate his technique. Todo can in fact activate his technique, but this creates a single moment where Mahito's guard is down, and this is how Itadori smacks the shit out of him. This is long-term problem solving by Todo, who may appear an idiot, but this subtle trick allows him to create that one moment that can change the course of the fight. Problem solving, using the power system in a satisfying way. Some cheeks may have been clapped. Another interesting example is when Kugisaki uses resonance on herself when she's fighting the 2 brothers. The brothers poison her with their blood, spreading rot throughout her body. Kugisaki's resonance technique is where she pairs an object with another person so that whatever damage is done to that object happens to the other person. So, when she feels the rot spreading throughout her body, a non-powered, non-problem-solving response might be to run, try to heal herself, or simply die. A powered-up, satisfying response is to actually think, well, what if I use the technique on myself, and then the damage being done to me also happens to them? And that's exactly what she does. If that's difficult to understand, imagine they keep stealing her food, and she can't stop them, so she just poisons her own food, so that then they keep eating the food and they get poisoned as well, but she's also poisoned. Maybe it wasn't that clever. Maybe that's why she fucking died. Anyway, this gives us an interesting insight into how the power system actually works without a heavy info dump. Granted, this power system is particularly complex in Jujutsu Kaisen compared to other animes, but that's what makes it unique. It's one of Jujutsu Kaisen's unique selling points. And that's what makes the show incredible, right? Okay, Jack, but how are these powers visualized? Well, beautifully. 3. Stunning animation. Cursed energy is abstract, it's neither here nor there, but when it's animated, it's done in the most captivating, brilliant colours that really bring it to life. I especially love the way Itadori's fists glow with a flame-like blue. It's no secret that Mappa is one of the animation goats, and they definitely don't hold back budget on Jujutsu Kaisen, which has to be one of their biggest shows. So whether they're animating Gojo's gorgeous, dazzling blue fountain-like ocean eyes that I could get lost in that are just so gorgeous and beautiful and dazzling and... what was I saying? 4. Real martial arts. Despite having one of the most interesting and complex power systems in the anime universe, Jujutsu Kaisen relies a surprising amount on hand-to-hand combat. As a martial artist of over 8 years, including training Muay Thai in Thailand, I fucking love it. I'm a man who sees fighting as an art form, and I love a beautiful style and beautiful form when it comes to fighting, and that's exactly what Jujutsu Kaisen does. The creator, Gege Akutami, often includes real-world martial arts into his style of illustrations, and it shows between grappling and striking. These martial arts include Taido, Karate, Wing Chun, Jiu-Jitsu, Capoeira, and Aikido. While I haven't trained in any of these specific martial arts yet, it's basically my lifelong mission to complete all martial arts, so I'm sure I will at some point. Regardless, the way that Gege Akutami can recreate the poses, movement, and fluidity of these real martial arts not only is satisfying to watch, but it also creates a sense of realism amongst what is otherwise a very supernatural, fantastical universe. 5. Integration with and destruction of the surrounding environment. In Jujutsu Kaisen, rarely is it just that the fighting parties get hurt. Sukuna, I'm looking at you, you sick bastard. In the show, when powerful characters clash, shit gets fucked up. Civilians die, buildings fall, hell, cities get wiped out. What this does is A, maximise the overall damage of the fight, B, raise the stakes of the fight, and 3, make the fight feel more real. Rather than just some inconsequential godlike beings battling it out, there's real lives at stake. As Kusekabe says in one of my favourite lines from the entire show, I don't know what's happened, but a couple of special grades are fighting each other. They're like elephants tap dancing on top of ants. I think that is such a beautiful simile that perfectly encapsulates the stark contrast between the sheer destructive capabilities of someone like Sukuna or Jogo and the average sorcerer or civilian. Because the average sorcerer or civilian can die. Because 6. No one is safe. As Hanami, Kugisaki, and so many others have had to learn the hard way, no one is safe from the almighty killing hand of Gege Akutami. It's like Game of Thrones, this series was genre bending at the time because of the way George R.R. Martin would kill off main characters. It's so unexpected. That's what makes it so captivating. Naturally, you get emotionally attached to these characters because that's exactly what the creators want. They want you to support them, they want you to feel emotionally behind their story, so that it hurts that much more when they rip them away from you. You sick bastards. Come back, Ned Stark, we miss you. This humbling reality means that you're gripped on every fight because there's every chance that your favourite character might die. Which sucks, but that's what makes a show incredible sometimes, right? Honourable mention, straight fucking hands. Look, we can talk all day about similes, metaphors, illustrations, synesthesia, martial arts, real-world techniques, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just want to get home after a long day of work, kick back on the sofa, get zonked, and enjoy some fucking hands. And that's exactly what Jujutsu Kaisen does brilliantly. So whether you love the show or not, I did acknowledge that this isn't the best show with the best writing or the best characters. I do think it is hard to argue that these fight scenes are some of the best. This little breakdown video is actually a really fun way for me to study how some of the greats are creating some great fight scenes right now, so that hopefully I can recreate it in my own way. This is my first YouTube video, not counting the times I tried to be a FIFA scammer when I was 9. If you enjoyed this video, I would love to hear from you, so please let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and hit subscribe and like and all those things, because just low numbers are quite embarrassing for now, aren't they? So hit subscribe, get it up like from 27 or whatever it is, please. And if you've watched this far, then please listen to this. As I've mentioned, I'm doing all this research for my own story. The Zacian Legacy is a story that I have created and I'm publishing myself so soon, depending on when this video comes out. If you like Jujutsu Kaisen, the chances are you will like my story, The Zacian Legacy. It's a story that I'm creating in a format that crosses manga with books, with audiobooks, with PDFs, with mobiles, with scrolling. However you like to consume stories, I've got you covered, don't worry. That's right, if you didn't get that, I'm basically making my story a scrollable thing so you can listen and scroll through it, you brain rot motherfucker. The Zacian Legacy will be available as an audiobook, an ebook, a PDF optimized for mobile, and even a print copy edition, containing 18 full-page artwork displays. I'm so excited and so proud of what I've produced. Volume 1 is coming so soon, and I'm releasing it as an episodic series over the coming months, over the coming years. It's going to be amazing. The plot I've got is insane. I can't tell you it because it would spoil it, but please, please trust me. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check it out, so please do that. If you have watched this far, thank you so much. Please hit like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 all that shit. This is my fucking outro, I guess. What are you still doing here? Okay, I've got to finish.